Hey everyone, Goatie here from server 73. This is the start of a new series where we slow things down and walk through real battles. We'll look at team setups, watch how the fight actually plays out, and then break down the battle reports so they're easier to understand. The goal isn't to judge builds or call plays right or wrong. It's to understand why a fight ends the way it does and take something useful away for your own marches. Let's start by looking at the skill setups on both sides. Before the fight starts, we'll take a quick look at how both teams are built. Aroha enters with 919,222 power and my team has 1,010,708. That difference matters only a little. Skills and timing play a bigger role in how fights actually turn out. Aroha's team is built around 2 damage dealers working at the same time, one physical and one magical. Their damage is supported by healing, damage reduction, control removal and crowd control, which helps keep both damage sources active. The Earth Dragon adds extra disruption and scaling value as the fight goes on. Alex is one of Aroha's damage dealers and provides sustained physical damage. Because he has his exclusive artifact, his ultimate effects are always active. His damage boost, attack speed increase and immunity to control effects never drop off during the fight. His skills focus on fast normal attacks, extra hits and group physical damage, so his pressure is constant rather than tied to timing. Himeko is the second damage dealer on Aroha and focuses on magic damage. Her ultimate hits the entire enemy team and can temporarily remove a back row unit from the battlefield. Her other skills deal repeated group magic damage and help her gain energy, allowing her to cast her ultimate more often. Yi Song-shin on Aroha fills a defensive role. His skills reduce damage taken, remove debuffs and apply silence or stars at specific moments. He is there to limit enemy actions and reduce incoming damage rather than deal damage himself. Fu Fei supports Aroha through healing and control protection. Her ultimate heals the whole team, removes control effects and grants short periods of control immunity. Her other skills improve healing and reduce damage taken by back row allies, helping the team stabilize under pressure. Aroha is using the Earth Dragon. Its effects increase crit and dodge values for the team, add scaling damage for Earth Immortals as troops are lost, apply repeated short stuns, and occasionally reduce damage taken while increasing attack speed for selected allies. My team is built around defense, control, and damage reduction. Several Immortals contribute to lowering incoming damage through healing boosts, shields, and damage redirection. Most of the team's damage comes from Loki, with the rest of the setup focused on slowing the fight down and keeping that damage source alive. Yi Song-shin on my team plays a defensive role. His skills reduce damage taken, increase healing received, and provide shields at intervals, helping smooth out incoming damage over time. Bjorn strengthens my front line. His ultimate increases damage taken by enemies in his area, grants lifesteal and resilience to frontline units, and slows enemy attack speed. His other skills slow enemy energy gain, reduce magical damage taken by allies, and provide steady healing. Fu Fei on my team supports through healing, damage reduction, and damage redirection away from back row units. She also removes control effects and provides control immunity through her ultimate. Loki is my team's damage dealer. He deals group magic damage to his ultimate and supporting skills with a chance to apply Confuse. His damage depends on energy gain and ultimate timing rather than constant attacks. My team is using the Holy Dragon. Its effects reduce damage taken, increase stats as troops are lost, apply disarm to enemy units, and provide crit and dodge bonuses, adding more defensive value as the fight continues. So that's the idea behind both teams. Now let's go through the fight and use both the replay and the reports to see what's really happening. The fight lasts just over a minute. The reports give us totals and patterns, but the replay shows us the order of events, including who falls first. Watching the replay, Aroha loses Alex and Himiko before Yi Sun-shin and Fu-fei. That's important because those two are Aroha's damage dealers. Once they're gone, the team still has healing and damage reduction, but very little ability to threaten the enemy. Now, when we look at the reports, they help explain why that happens. In Aroha's damage report, Alex is dealing steady physical damage through normal attacks and passives, and Himiko is contributing repeated magic damage to her ultimates. So early on, both damage dealers are active and doing their jobs. Aroha's healing report also looks strong. Fu-fei's healing numbers are very high, which tells us her skills are triggering often, and she's active throughout most of the fight. But the reports also show that Alex and Himiko take very large amounts of damage over the course of the battle. Even though the report doesn't tell us when they die, the replay confirms that they are the first to fall. Now switch to my side's report, and this helps explain the pressure causing that outcome. Loki's damage is extremely high, just under 100 million total. When you open his breakdown, you can see that almost all of that damage comes from two skills, Realm of Lies and Infinite Firepower. That tells us Loki is dealing damage constantly, not just during one or two ultimates. The key point for new players is this. The replay shows the order of deaths, and the reports show the sustained damage behind it. Loki's damage keeps repeating with very little downtime, and over time that pressure overwhelms Aroha's team. Once Alex and Himiko are gone, the replay makes it clear that Yi Sun-shin and Fu-fei are still alive, but the fight is effectively decided. Their kits are built to reduce damage and heal, not to win fights on their own. The reports reflect this, with low damage output but continued healing and mitigation. So the correct way to read this fight is to use both tools together. The replay tells you what happens and when. The reports tell you how much damage and healing are happening overall. When you combine them, the outcome makes sense without guessing. That's the lesson here. Never rely on just the report or just the replay. The real explanation sits in between. If Aroha wanted to give herself a better chance in this matchup, the first thing to look at is how Loki is actually dealing damage. Based on the replay and the reports together, the core problem she runs into is sustained magic damage with very little downtime. Loki keeps dealing damage through ultimate and follow-up effects, and that pressure outpaces healing over time. Any adjustment that helps has to deal with that constant magic pressure. In the replay, Realm of Lies hits hard when it lands, but the damage doesn't stop there. Infinite Firepower keeps adding magic damage between casts, so there's very little breathing room even after the big hit has passed. That's why Divine Blessing struggles here. It only reduces damage from ultimate skills. It helps with the initial hit, but once that window is over, the team is still taking steady magic damage that it doesn't touch. Master's Aegis fits this fight much better. It reduces all magic damage, not just ultimates. That means it softens the big hit and the damage that follows, which slows how quickly Alex and Himiko get worn down and gives healing more time to do its job. This change wouldn't remove the threat, and it doesn't guarantee a different result, but it directly responds to what the replay and reports show is happening in the fight. Against sustained magic damage, broader magic reduction simply gives you a better chance. Once you know how to read a fight like this, the reports stop being just a wall of numbers and start telling a story. The key isn't who won or lost. It's understanding why the fight shifted the way it did, and how things like skill choices, damage patterns, and timing show up once you look back at the data. Think about your own matches for a moment. When a fight goes badly, do you check the replay to see who actually fell first? Do you look at the reports to see where the damage is really coming from? Are your damage dealers being taken out by burst, or are they getting worn down over time? If this walkthrough helped you understand battles and reports a bit better, drop a like and consider subscribing. This is the first of a series where we'll keep breaking down real fights and learning how to read what's actually happening. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.